Decision Night in America.
Well, folks, the 2016 presidential election. We're taking a look back, and we're going to enjoy the glee turned into severe depression from the lovely NBC. Let's take a look.
Here's Lester Holt.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Decision Night in America here at NBC's Democracy Plaza. It is 7 p.m. in the East. The polls have just closed in 6 states, and we have our first projections up in the iconic face of 30 Rockefeller Plaza. NBC News projects that Donald Trump will win the state of Indiana. When the votes are counted, we project that Donald Trump will win in Kentucky as well. Vermont goes to Hillary Clinton, the projected winner in Vermont. We're watching Virginia. The polls have closed there. Too early to call. Clinton, however, leading in Virginia. Georgia, also too close to call.
Swing state.
And South Carolina, too early to call. Trump leads in South Carolina.
We all know he's going to South.
All night long, they'll be watching the race to 270 electoral votes. Here's how it stands based on those calls. Trump with 19, Clinton with 3. And we map it out on the ice for you on Democracy Plaza. That map will fill in with a lot of...
What did she have, like a 9? I think they said... I think the New York Times or one of these other lovely organizations said she had like a 95%, something crazy, like 95, 98% chance of winning. Good Lord.
Red and blue before this night is over. But again, 270 is the magic number that will elect our next president. Starting with Andrea Mitchell at Clinton headquarters. Hello, Andrea.
Good evening, Lester. This is the night that Hillary Clinton has been waiting for.
Hey there, Lester. Donald Trump is watching the returns come in at Trump Tower. He's surrounded by his family and his close aides. The campaign says
she's another genius too. Yeah,
they're already touting a record turnout.
That I think, and just in this respect, if Clinton wins this election, she's going to win it because of this Southeast corridor. And if Donald Trump wins this election, it's going to be because he overperforms in the... I mean, that's what's going on here.
Oh, here's the expert. Florida, yeah, that guy's definitely the expert.
So while the polls have closed here, as you go out to the Panhandle, the polls are still open for, well, till 7 o'clock that time, and then people can continue to vote as long as they've been in line. It's likely that we're going to have a pretty long night here because of how close things are.
A poll closed in Virginia about 25 minutes ago. Results slowly starting to come in. I don't think we have any yet. Looking at where they stand right now in the Commonwealth, well, actually, there are some results already. And Donald Trump seems to be leading so far at 57% of the vote to 38% for Hillary Clinton at this particular time.
Looking good in Virginia.
Welcome back from our election center. It is 7:30 p.m. in the East, and polls have just closed in 3 states, including 2 very important swing states. Let's take you through them right now. The state of Ohio, too close to call at this hour.
I think we know which one.
North Carolina, too early to call. West Virginia, NBC News projects when the votes are counted.
Some nice pictures
Donald
they
Trump
got.
wins
Look
West
at that
Virginia.
nice
It's a state
mug.
where his message played well. Its coal industry has taken a beating.
Look at these
Hillary Clinton
people.
made a misstep there when she talked about putting poll workers out of a job. Trump gets West Virginia. As we look at the race to 270 now, we move down to the ice there on Democracy Plaza. The map filling in. Clinton right now with 319 electoral votes to Trump at this early hour in this contest. What are you seeing in these as we put them up here, Chuck?
If she wins Florida, she's going to win it down in South Florida. The fact that she has a lead right now in the raw vote before we have anything out of Broward County, you're going to have a lot of nervous Trump people right now and a lot of very, very excited Clinton.
Oh, so nervous.
Welcome back, Democracy Plaza here on this election night, decision night in America. Just to keep in mind, we're about 15 minutes away from 8 o'clock Eastern, and we'll see a slew of poll closings, 16 states plus the District of Columbia.
You know, these were...
I'm going to interrupt you because we've got a call here in South Carolina. NBC News projects when the votes are in. Donald Trump wins South Carolina. Let's look at the, we can go down to the map there and look at where things stand now in the electoral count. There it is, the race to 270. 33 for Trump, 3 for Clinton. The night is still early. The map
Dang.
barely filled in. What you're going to focus on?
You better hurry up.
It is Florida, Florida, Florida. If he loses Florida, he needs Pennsylvania and Michigan. He can't just get away with winning one of them.
Here's what we're learning in Virginia. Polls there closed at 7 o'clock with 25% of the votes in so far. Donald Trump is leading.
Not
Hillary
looking good in
Clinton
Virginia.
53 to 42%.
We are back on this Decision Night in America. It is 8 o'clock in the East, one of the biggest moments of the night, as polls have just closed in a slew of states, 16 in all, plus the District of Columbia.
Close,
Let's
very
take you
close
through
in
where
Florida.
things stand right now. Florida, we've been watching that raw vote come in. Right now, that is too close to call in Florida. Pennsylvania, another big one, battleground state, too early to call. Pennsylvania, too early to call. New Hampshire, too early to call. Now we've got a bunch of states here in which there are projected
What can
winners,
you
starting
call?
with Alabama. We
There we
project
go.
that Donald Trump wins Alabama. In Connecticut, Hillary Clinton, the projected winner.
She won
Delaware
Connecticut.
will
No
also
way.
go
No
to
way.
Hillary Clinton. The District
Delaware.
of Columbia to
Unbelievable.
Hillary Clinton.
Oh, DC.
Illinois, her home state,
Yeah, who would've
goes
thought?
to Hillary Clinton, as well as the state of Maryland. And Massachusetts, also in the Clinton
What is going
column.
on with the Northeast?
Mississippi. We
What is
project
going
that
on
Donald
up there?
Trump wins in Mississippi. New
Very
Jersey to
interesting.
Clinton. Oklahoma, the projected winner, Donald Trump.
Whoop.
Rhode Island, Hillary Clinton. And Tennessee, Donald Trump. Let's look at the count right now. The race to 270 at this hour, based on those projections. Clinton stands with 75. Trump with
she's gonna win.
66. 66
She's
in the
gonna
race to
She's at-
270. Now, a couple others we want to mention right now. We're watching Maine. It is too early. Actually, we're looking at Missouri up there, but too early. Maine is too early, but Clinton is leading there in Mississippi. No, I'm sorry. No, that was Missouri. I'm sorry. Oh, my
Come
bad
on,
there.
man.
Missouri was too early.
This guy's getting nervous. He's getting really
There's
nervous.
the map now as the colors begin to fill in and on the race to 270. So let's put up, if we can put up the Florida numbers and show you where they are. I mean, right now we have it as too close to call, but Clinton with a 49-48 lead.
Getting tight.
Hey there, Lester. I just spoke with a GOP source in Ohio, a high-level source, who tells me that they believe it is going to go down to the wire in Ohio. The Clinton team, on the other hand, is
This was that
quite
girl
good
that he
about
completely
state.
schooled
It's
in
a
an
state, remember, that
interview
Donald
when they were
Trump
talking
visited
about, I think,
26 times. It's a
immigration
state that he was
something
leading
like that.
with many of the polls. It's a
He gave
state
her a
that they
hard
started
time.
to feel very confident in. But now the Clinton campaign is saying that they are feeling pretty confident as well. They're optimistic.
Because, look, the turnout, the fact is everybody has higher turnout. And I'm going to give you an example of how Trump territory is turning out in much bigger numbers.
They're getting a little nervous in Michigan because the Democratic areas of Detroit and Flint are not showing the kind of vote that they had wanted to see. It's obviously early, but it's raining. They're a little worried about this. Michigan could be very tight. As you know, both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump were there only yesterday, and it would be far more important for Donald Trump's path. He really wants to flip a blue state.
How do you feel about Pennsylvania?
Good about Pennsylvania. In fact, we think between Pennsylvania and Virginia and North Carolina, I mean, I think, again, it's still early. You got to see the rest come in, but we're feeling really good.
And Chuck Todd has moved over to the map here. He's trying to figure out where things stand right now as we wait.
Funny how they milk
a little
this
bit,
whole,
but
this
we
whole
need
night.
to
It's just
remind
like there's
people
nothing
here,
reported, and they
Virginia,
just keep talking
we
about
moved
it.
too
It's
close
just
to call.
all speculation.
Now the numbers have been creeping up. There's still a lot of Northern Virginia vote still to go. As you know,
Virginia,
Loudoun,
that's where it
as
gets a
Loudoun
little
goes,
sketchy
so
for old
goes
Trump
things.
there.
So that's the good news for Clinton.
We are back now from our election center here at 30 Rock in New York City. It's 9 o'clock in the east, 6 in the west. Polls have just closed in 14 more states. Take a deep breath as we take
Hillary
you
gets
through
New
it.
York. No way.
NBC News projects that Hillary Clinton will win in her now home state of New York. And now we have a slew of Trump calls, starting with Texas. Trump the projected winner. In Kansas, Trump wins.
Texas, Kansas,
Louisiana,
of course. Yes,
Trump
Louisiana.
is the projected winner. Nebraska, Donald Trump. We project that North Dakota will go to Donald Trump.
No way.
As well as South Dakota and Wyoming. All those in the Trump camp. And let's look at the 270 now. The race to 270. Here's where they stand.
Uh-oh.
Donald Trump at 137 electoral votes.
Somebody's taking
Hillary
a lead
Clinton
here
with 104 based on those projections. Some other places we're watching. Michigan. We've talked a lot about how close things are. Too close to call right now. Arizona, another important state where Clinton's made some ground up. Too early to call. Colorado, too early. Minnesota, right now we have it listed as too close. Moving over to New Mexico right now. Too early, but Clinton right now leads in New Mexico. And finally, Wisconsin, where we visited in the last half hour.
She's not getting
It's too early to call. We want to take a look again now at Florida. Florida is too close to call, but look at the numbers.
Florida's important.
Very, very close. The difference
Muy
of
importante.
roughly 140,000 votes.
We will not call this before midnight.
You think Florida's going to keep it hanging out there?
I can promise you that. We will not call this before midnight. Will somebody put up the Ohio board? You guys got to see this.
Okay.
Please put up the Ohio board because the margin.
Oh, he took he really jumped up in Florida, huh?
It's
Look at that.
emblematic of all the battleground states right now. Look at it. How about that, bro?
Look at it.
2,700 votes.
2,700 votes there in Ohio. Still a lot of vote out there, but with 37% reporting. But I feel that 2,700, that tells you Virginia, which we're going to be here a while. That tells you North Carolina.
Let's look at North Carolina.
That one is another one.
Let's look at North Carolina. All right, 3,700 vote difference right there in North Carolina.
Dang, that is tight.
Correct.
So far, that's been counted.
The
really
bottom line
tight.
is turnout has been shattered on both bases. We've been telling you this. Blue counties, red counties.
And there's
look at all that red.
The red and blue states as they stand right now, based on the projections.
So
There's got to be
much
some
more land.
fingernail biting right now.
No, absolutely right. First of all, Virginia was something they were so confident in. They've got Terry McAuliffe as the governor. They've got Tim Kaine, former governor, senator, as the running mate.
I need one of these mug shots, man.
Advertising. They
or
were that
headshot.
solid,
These look great.
they thought, in Virginia. So if this is going to be as close as it looks as though it is going to be, that is not good news for them. North Carolina, they did get a break in that the county board in Durham County extended voting hours when there were some voting problems there. That's part of the research triangle where they knew that they had a solid vote to come in. So still hoping on North Carolina.
Suspicious.
Michigan making them nervous, as we've been reporting, not getting the vote that they had expected out of Detroit and Flint. This thing is getting so close, and you just showed the numbers in Ohio as well.
71?
One question I have for all of you guys in there who have all of the information
That's
at your
down the wire.
fingertips.
Can we go back to Michigan? Because I'm not sure I saw it correctly. Was that it was double-digit difference here? Wait.
Maybe one. What do we have?
Yeah, 71 difference, and that's 12% in 16 electoral votes. But I want to bring up Ohio as well.
Your
because
vote
Katie was
apparently
on
does
here
really
about
matter
an
in
hour or
Michigan.
so ago saying,
Very
look,
close.
the word is Ohio is going to be crazy close, and that's what it appears to be right now. Trump, though, with a lead, but the difference 162,000.
Not good for old Hillary.
What's the feeling in the room?
Well, the feeling in the room is obviously very excited, as you can see behind me.
We are still watching Virginia. So's the
They
rest
were
of the
stoked
country.
in the Trump
Take a look at
headquarters,
the
yeah.
results there so far. With 82% of the Virginia vote counted now, the numbers are Trump is leading 49%.
Yeah, Virginia's
to Hillary
tough, man. With
Clinton's
Northern Virginia,
46%.
it's super liberal up there.
We are back now from our NBC News Election Center in New York. This is a very tight race between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Many states right now are too close to call. As I think we all suspected, it is going to be a long night. Let's go through some of those states right now and show you where things stand. First of all, as we look at the popular vote right now, Trump at 50%. Florida right now continues to be too close to call. 141,000 vote difference there. Michigan has emerged as a very important state down the stretch. 28,000 vote difference. That is too close to call. Ohio, too close to call. You see the difference there. That could go way, way into the night or early morning. North Carolina, too close to call.
They keep saying it might go. They always do this, man. The liberal news is always talking about these things going way late into the night. Very suspicious. Very
56,000
suspicious.
vote difference. Let's look at Georgia. This Hillary Clinton drawing close there down the stretch.
Into the next
That
day,
is too
yeah,
close
yeah.
to call. You see the difference on the screen there. New Hampshire.
Oh, he's smoking her in Georgia.
New Hampshire right now is too close to call as well. A 1,700 vote difference with 22% of the votes in. And Pennsylvania, this is where Hillary Clinton wound up her campaign with that big rally with the Obamas last night. 156,000 vote difference, 16% of the vote in.
We got 94% in. Most of the vote is left is in Miami and Broward. There's more vote in Broward left than Dade. She's winning this 67-31.
That's a view of Democracy Plaza outside our studios at 30 Rock here in New York on what is a dramatic night that has even more drama on top of it. There's the national vote total right now. The popular vote, Trump ahead 47%. But folks, this is a night about the battleground states. We knew it would be, but it is far closer than many imagined. Florida
swing
right
states,
now,
baby.
too close to call. 139,000 vote difference.
All
Let's look at the state of Michigan here
town.
that Clinton was forced to defend down the stretch. A 50,000 vote difference. Too close to call. Ohio, a perennial battleground state. Too close to call. You see the difference
He's
there.
up pretty big, though.
North Carolina right now, an 84,000 vote difference. Too close to call. Same story in Georgia, a state that Clinton was hoping to turn blue. Very close there as well. Too close. New Hampshire. Look at New Hampshire right there. 1,300, 1,400 votes separate the two of them. And Pennsylvania, also too close to call. The state that Hillary Clinton made her big finish last night. A lot of drama here on this night. And in the race to 270, here's where things stand. Based on the projections we've made so far, 137 in the Trump column, 104 to Hillary Clinton. And there's the map right now unfolding on the rink below us. That's a swath of red, a lot of gray still to be unfinished, which will tell the story of this night when they are filled in. We have another call here in the state of Missouri. And NBC News projects that Missouri will go to Donald Trump. Donald Trump will win.
Missouri.
And let's look at where things stand right now. There's a Missouri call. Let's see where we are.
Somebody who's done a lot of governor campaigns in both Florida and Michigan. There's one difference. Michigan has rural counties that are more Democratic in many places compared to Sunbelt and southern states.
They have been.
Yeah, they have been. Will Trump really turn that over? And will Detroit vote and Flint what it normally does, or will it be under enough that Trump's overage in some of these places will make it? And Trump is doing well in some of these smaller counties right now.
We're quickly back from the break. We have a new projection. The state of Ohio, NBC News projects when the votes are counted, Ohio will go to Donald Trump. Donald Trump will win Ohio. Chuck Todd, you've been watching. Let's show you where that takes us in the race to 270 right now. As we come down on the ice, and right now it's 168 Trump, Clinton 109. You've been watching Florida. You don't think it's going well for Clinton there?
I don't, and I think North Carolina is trending Trump here. Look, first of all, Ohio, little historical nugget. Last time somebody didn't win the White House while winning Ohio was in 1960 and Richard Nixon. Ohio is, and no Republican, you have to win Ohio to win the White House. Trump has done it.
And as we come back from a break, we have a new projection. NBC News projects that Hillary Clinton will win in the state of Virginia. 13 electoral votes.
Come on, Virginia. What happened?
Right
barely.
They had it 48-40.
That's tight.
7% over Trump.
That's all Northern Virginia.
Vote keeps coming in. She hasn't really narrowed the gap very well. It's just not there.
Does he literally only cover Florida?
Trump didn't have much of a get out the vote operation. But
didn't need it.
That's all I've seen him talk about is Florida. That's all he cares about is Florida. I know it's important, but jeez, man.
It is 11:30 in the East, and as we look at Democracy Plaza, NBC News projecting that Donald Trump is the apparent winner in Florida. Donald Trump, the apparent winner in Florida. It's a state that he called a must-win, and he appears to be winning it. 29 electoral votes.
That's a lot.
Let's show you the vote count right now as it stands. 49% Trump, 48%.
Yeah,
Clinton.
96% in.
Vote count,
He's up
96% of the vote in Florida. Now,
Florida's done.
We also want to tell you that Utah, now we're getting a call on Utah, the state of Utah. The projected winner is Donald Trump
6.
in Utah.
Look at that. Florida gets 29. Utah gets 6.
And let's look at the how the vote
lot of people.
The votes break down in Utah. Okay, we're going to walk you through some of the other calls we made. You were away in your local
55.
coverage. California projected for Hillary Clinton. Hawaii
55.
for Hillary Clinton. Idaho is won by Donald Trump, the projected winner in Idaho.
Oh, she got Hawaii. Cool. Nobody cares.
Oregon will go to Hillary Clinton.
Hawaii gets the same as Idaho.
Clinton also the projected winner in Washington. And as we had noted earlier, Trump the projected winner in North Carolina. So let's take you down
got a plus 15 right
on
there.
the ice and show you where the race to 270 stands right now. First, I'm sorry, we got a new one. This is a new projection in the state of Iowa. Donald Trump wins in Iowa. All right, now let's take you. There's the breakdown in Iowa right now. 50% Trump, 44% for
Sounds about right,
Clinton.
yeah, Iowa. Yeah.
Now I think we can take you down and show you where things stand in the race to 270.
Oh my
Big
gosh,
change there
how
with that
bloody
last
it
round.
is.
228 for Trump, 209 for Clinton, as
Yeah, look
more
at
and more
the
states
whole
are now
West
filled
Coast,
in.
the whole
Some
West
big ones
Coast.
still outstanding there. We continue to watch. That will likely turn this race one way or the
coasts,
other.
man,
All right,
always go.
I got to interrupt you. I got to go to Lester. We got a call in Georgia.
He's so pissed.
All right, we're making that projection now. NBC News projects that Donald Trump wins the state of Georgia.
That's
this
a
has
big
gone
deal.
on a lot longer than many imagine it would,
See
but
the
16
stats on
electoral
this.
votes, Trump wins Georgia. We also want to note very quickly, well, let's first of all look at the
sort of close,
where that takes
sort of
us in the race to 270. That puts Trump at 244. Clinton standing right now at 209. Let me just mention here very quickly, Arizona, Wisconsin, those have moved to the too close to call category. We're at the Clinton headquarters, long faces and tears. Here's the national vote right now, the popular vote, Trump with 48% to 47%. But as we knew going in, this is a story about battleground races. In the race to 270, Trump right now has climbed out ahead to 244 to Clinton's 209. There are some remaining states there here. They are all in the too close to call category, starting with Michigan, too close to call. Wisconsin, New Hampshire.
He's in Wisconsin, give him a break.
And you can see some of these, the difference is 6,000, the difference in New Hampshire. Maine is too close to call. Minnesota is too close to call. Pennsylvania, part of Hillary Clinton's firewall, still too close to call. A 7,000 vote difference there. I don't know if you caught that. Nevada is too close to call, and Arizona too close to call. These states will keep us up for a long
Decision night, baby.
Welcome back. Our decision night in America has carried over into Wednesday morning here in the East Coast. And let's walk you through where we are. Alaska right now. We can say that is too early.
This stuff should be wrapped up way earlier. It should be going into
of states
next
are too close,
day.
including New Hampshire right now, with 82 votes currently separating the two of them. Pennsylvania, right now it is too close to call, but Trump has moved out slightly in front. To Michigan right now, too close to call, a 58,000 vote difference.
He's getting Michigan.
Minnesota, too close to call. You see the difference there. In Maine, 17,000 vote difference, too close to call. And the same story for Wisconsin and also Arizona. And these are the states that keep us all in suspense right now as we bring the camera down on the rink. Watch the states pop up in red and blue, and look at that race to 270. Trump at 244.
Look at all that red. That is
Clinton
unbelievable.
At 215.
That really is telling.
Look at this: Wisconsin, the state of Michigan, and the state of Pennsylvania. Clinton was also hoping to flip the state of Arizona, but is trailing there as well.
As you can see, it is a Trump lead there.
Can Trump win without Pennsylvania, based on what's left?
My point is this: he can win, and let me back up here. He can win with any pairing, any combination. Look, he can win with just Pennsylvania and Arizona at this point. Look, he's 22 short. Okay, so she's got to win all of them, as we said. He only needs one of them at this point.
That is not good, Hillary.
Clinton has called Trump to concede the election. And
shoot! Somebody, Clinton campaign, they have confirmed that.
They already conceded?
Great report.
Here's Governor Pence, who didn't often seem on the same page.
They didn't wait for that.
He is about to give the remarks.
This is a historic night.
This guy turned out to be real something.
So let me say, it is my high honor and distinct privilege to introduce to you the President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
There he is. There he is. They're so happy. They're like, we cannot believe this. Oh, look at little Baron. Oh my gosh, that kid sprouted up. He's so tall now. Baron's all, this is weird, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business. Complicated. You will say, so many of you work so hard for us.
As
But you will
Donald
say
Trump
that
continues to speak to the excited crowd here in New York,
You're gonna
we can tell you our
interrupt him?
decision desk has now put Wisconsin and Pennsylvania in the Trump column. He's the apparent winner.
And I can only
that
say
would make Trump the
while the
president
campaign
elect.
is over-
Ouch.
And of course, as he
Oh.
noted,
They were
Secretary
so
Clinton had
mad.
already called
They are trying to keep it together. They're all, be professional. Be professional. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. If you want to hook me up with a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. See you soon.